And hello everyone, and let me talking the topic about the advantages and disadvantages of the smartphone and how does smartphone affect to our lives. Before we officially enter the topic, let me briefly introduce what is the smartphone. And smartphone is a mobile phone which offer advanced technology with functionalities similar as a personal computer, and while offering a standardized platform for application developers, a smartphone performs as complete operating system software. And secondly, there are also very advanced features in smartphones such as internet, instant messenger, and email, and also built-in keyboard are very typical. And because of this reason, we can say a smartphone a miniature computer with the similarities of a simple phone. So a smartphone is a mobile device that behaves in many ways like portable computer that is always connected to the internet and a GSM or 3G, 4G phone network too. With a GPS receiver in addition, it knows where you are, and features like voice commands and a large touchscreen make it increasingly easy to use. And with so many functions and ways to communicate, making voice call is less and less what a modern smartphone is all about. And now there will certainly be some advantages and a few disadvantages while using electronic gadget. Let's observe them. And the advantages are keep your loved ones in touch either through calls, text, or image, which express the feeling in a sweet and amusing way. Then you may know where you are and find easy ways and routes to go anywhere, especially in an unknown place. And you can make the world listen to your voice in a touch. And you can spend your time wisely reading the news or doing some official work. And also you also can entertain yourself with games, music, or movie. Always be available socially. And after that, it also can avail the customer service offers to be easier accessible. And fruit and grocery can be ordered online, and email and banking will become easy. And endless apps are available to make your dreams come true. And now we were talking the part of the disadvantages. The electromagnetic radiation will be high because of the heavy internet usage and might lead to health problems such as brain tumor and skin cancer. And the HEV light emitted from the screen of the smartphone lead to serve eye strain during long time use and will slowly damage the retina. And even many psychological issues such as loneliness, being suspicious all the time, feeling self-centered, and all are caused by using a smartphone and being online for most of the time. Spending most of the time on your phone creates neck problem and sleep deprivation. And beside that, exposure to unwanted things on the internet affects a child's growth mentally and even physically. As too much of anything is good for nothing, depending on a smartphone for everything make you addicted. And being online for most of the time keeps you away from having real experience and having real friends to share your mind. And having checked all the time for online security, you start losing trust in people around you. And forwarding the message and sharing the video online regarding humanity, one might forget the real meaning behind it. If all these things around, the family life get affected. And a few of them that get really addicted that they text or watch video while on roads and talk on the phone while driving, which cause serious trouble as being busy makes you read slow. And afterward, chance of the losing money due to fraudulence on the internet. And the usage of apps by not having complete awareness might lead to leakage of personal information, which could be really dangerous. And lastly, with every emerging new model, there come new features which are really tempting to use, and you may get into the crazy whirlpool for going for new models always. And however, there are the two sides of a coin. No harm can be caused by anything if you do not get included into blindly. And why not lies where you take the positive and helpful aspect of anything and leave the negative unnecessary attachment to that, and what should be careful and should not get involved completely into something. Hence, being aware of the pros and cons and having self-control could save you from many disasters, which is very really necessary. And okay, this is all of the part about the advantages and disadvantages of smartphone. By the next, I want to talking about how does smartphone affect to our lives and society. And by the next, we were talking about the impact of smartphone on society. And later on, we will continue this topic. Okay, and welcome back. And now we will continue to talking the impacts of smartphone on society. Smartphones are popular among people for the application they offer to users, and smartphones make communication with people quite easier. People enjoy a lot of benefits and in various forms of their daily works. Some advantages smartphones provide better means of the communication, learning option to users, great exposure to the latest thing, way to personality development, simple ways to access application, ideas to succeed in business, platform to grow their application, and more. And now the first is the impact on business smartphone. Create a new dimension for business, and it is not only the smartphone vendors enjoying business, but also create a new domain for app development companies, internet service provider, and other related sector. And the second is the impact on education. Smartphones provide a unique way to improve the quality of education. The use of the internet has become a part of life every student. Internet together with smartphone provide an alternative channel to deliver education service and distance education. And the third is the health impact according to service. More than the 10 million users in the USA use smartphone to search for health information and facilities. 27% of the users use smartphone for online activities. And today there are several apps to manage prescription, provide alternative treatment option, provide price comparison, and validate prescription. Today, several apps are available to track exercise, diet, and blood pressure, enabling smartphone to play a key role in the health sector. And after that is the psychological impact. Smartphones are said to reduce stress in busy work life. And today, busy schedule, mobile phone provide means to interact with friends and family as and when they get time, the smart use of smartphone increase your brain is functioning, helping to stay active. Instead of using smartphone only entertainment, it could be used to access useful information. For example, access the news, headlines, latest technology updates, and more. And the lastly is social impact. Social life has been drastically changed with the introduction of smartphone, and this domain has encountered most of the impact from the use of smartphone. Smartphone play an important role in the integration process of people with special needs, elderly, age, and with some sort of disabilities. And in conclusion, it is true that the smartphone has a sizable impact on society and other aspects of life. Smartphone has impacted almost all walks of human life. The prominent areas where impact of smartphone are obvious include business, education, health, and social life. Mobile technology has drastically changed the cultural norms and individual behaviors, and the impacts are both on the positive side and also on the negative side. And there are several ways that can help control and minimize the negative impact of smartphone use in society by educating users on how to use smartphones smartly. The smartphone is only a pocket-sized PC today, but the device seems to have limitless potential. And they have 10 ways to your smartphone is making your life worse. And the smartphone has changed our life for the better in some ways, but it definitely has drawback too. For instance, some research has found that smartphone use any contribute to sleep issue and depression. And your smartphone may help you stay in touch with family and friends worldwide, meet dating and marriage partner, and direct you when you are lost. But there are also downsides, and yes, there are ways to your smartphone is making your life worse. Of course, one primary downside of them is their addictive nature. A few years ago, I became so addicted to text that I decided to give up, first for Lent and then forever. I made it my mission to call people if I wanted to speak to them, or better yet, to make plans to see them in real life. And I soon learned the value of the nature back and forth conservation on the smartphone, and that nothing can replace face-to-face communication. And the first is smartphone contribute to sleep issue. The bright light will impact our sleep quality. And research have found that using your smartphone before bed can make it harder to fall asleep due to blue light it emits, as Business Insider previously reported. And the second is there can real romantic relationship have changed with smartphone, and they can take a toll on friendship. Smartphone can damaging our relationship with friends. And the fourth is they can have a negative influence on parenting, and the children can feel emotionally neglected. And then they are replacing in-person communication and conflict. Digital communication has altered our ability and communicate and resolve conflict. And however, the people expect us to be online and connected to our phones all the time. That means people are connected the phone in 24 hours, 24/7 hours lah. And after that, some people base their self-worth on social media like. And the next, students show that reading on a smartphone is worse for learning and comprehension. That is mean smartphone have affected our ability to comprehend. And the ninth is people are forgetting how to date and make friends in real life. And we are not as social in person. And the other night I was out with friends, and we tried to encourage a new guy friend to approach a cute girl he saw across the room. No way, he said. It's easier to just go home and go online or on Twitter. Suffice it to say, and I found this very sad. And some studies have shown that we are actually spend less time in each other present because online connectivity has convinced us we have already socialized, Dr. Forrest says. And lastly is smartphone may not be good for our mental health. And the mean is smartphone can lead to depression and anxiety. Increased smartphone use may also lead to depression. For instance, according to researchers who studies college students, the more they use Facebook, the more their well-being decrease. And in conclusion, every new piece of technology has a potential to be both a boon and a curse. Mobile phone, while they are brought people closer and have enabled even the most remote person to access the internet and to engage in educational, recreational, and social activities, unrestricted use has the potential to cause dependence. And people with sign of dependence on or addiction to mobile phone or smartphone display an array of physical health, mental health, and social health issues. They show sign of compromise functioning either in the presence of or due to absence of the mobile device, a clear indicator that the technology is being abused. As psychologists and alert citizens, it's become our task to ensure that we do not allow ourselves to become dependent on mobile phones, as well as to help those already showing signs of addiction and dependence throw off the yoke of the device and instead harness it to fulfill one's potential. And researcher after the study has given a few suggestions for the adolescents how to cope with the impacts of mobile phone addiction, smartphone addiction among in their life. And that is all, and thank you everyone.